Happy opening day to everyone who is watching, including you, Justin. It is opening day here, 2026. Welcome to another episode of a throwback episode of Panthers versus the World.
Indeed. Well, it's not a happy opening day for me because the Marlins don't play until tomorrow. So
No, that's true. Well, that's
it's
true.
it's more like the Squidward meme as he watches SpongeBob and Patrick frolic outside of his window, and he can't do
Hey,
anything about
but
it. Watch.
the Rays don't play tomorrow either, though. So at least in that case, you'll be like that tomorrow. I mean, you'll be like that today. I'll be like that tomorrow.
That's true.
And the Rays lost today too. So
You're right. You're right. Well, speaking of losing, this Panthers team, huh? This our favorite little hockey team in Sunrise.
I'm no
They
longer in I'm no longer in lottery land.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. I'm like, wow, Jeremy doing an introduction for the first time in a while. He must be back. But it doesn't even look like, where you usually podcast from. Did you spawn in the back rooms or something?
I'm in the back rooms right now. I'm literally in the back rooms right now. They sent me somewhere else now. I don't even know where I'm at. I think they sent me down. I think I got thrown off the wrong timeline up here apparently. But now I'm just somewhere. I don't even know where I'm at now.
Well, if you're not in lottery land, that must mean we've been winning, and we sure have. Since our last podcast, remember we went over the rest of our schedule for that week, and we saw some games that, you know what, we could lose. We saw one game that we knew for sure we were going to win because this team is committed to the bit, and the bit is absolutely tormenting Edmonton Oilers fans. A team that sees us actively tanking and trying to lose games, and they said, you know what, we're just gonna take a break, a little bit of a pause from this attempt of tanking because we have to show you who daddy is once again. And that is exactly what they did as they blanked them 4-0. 4-0. Zip zilch. Nada. Big old
Giving
donut.
giving absolutely nothing to Edmonton and reminding them that no matter how much they'll try to hide the fact that they had Stuart Skinner at one point, and they had Stuart Skinner starting in important playoff games and in the finals, and they won up their Stuart Skinner bit by taking the worst goaltender in the league now in Tristan Jarry. Uh, no matter how we're apparently committed to the bit of like, oh, we're tanking, we're not tanking. The Edmonton Oilers are committing to the bit of like, we're really good with no goaltending at all, and we will never have goaltending. Connor McDavid, you want a big contract? You're not getting any goaltending. You want a cup? You're not getting any help down there whatsoever. So good
We
luck
will
scoring
pay
10 goals a
you,
night.
but you're gonna have no money in that, buddy.
You are going to have Tristan Jarry off of waivers, mind you, in net. You want an AHL backup? You're gonna get the worst goaltender possible. How about that one?
The Oilers are running tend the goal night. See, one lucky season ticket holder can tend the goal at every Oilers home game this season.
10 the goal and try not to give up 10 goal.
Ooh, man, if you give up less than 10 goals, you want a free car, courtesy of Toyota Canada.
At that point, McDavid's gonna start scoring himself.
Oh my gosh, that would be hilarious. But
No more money is going out of this team.
no more, no mas, nope, nope. Speaking of no mas, as we made the Oilers say those very words, Bobrovsky made 21 saves that night in a 4-0 win at Rogers Place. It's so amazing that we continue to win at Amerant Bank North. It's unbelievable.
There's just something about Bob playing in Edmonton that makes him realize, I am still a top five goalie in this league's history.
Indeed. Indeed. And what better team to remind him than the team that he consistently owns?
We
Speaking
don't
of
talk about the 2024 finals.
oh no, we don't talk about that. But oh yeah, shout out to the what some fans I've seen on Twitter are calling Timu Rhino. Cole Reinhardt scored the opening goal of the game, assisted by Benning, who ended up getting 2 apples that night. So shout out to Benning. He was I think he was first star of the game actually. Yeah. 2-point night. AJ Greer scored to make it 2-0. We go to the third period on a power play goal, absolute snipe from Anton Lundell, assisted by Bennett and Rodriguez. And then Carter Verhage says, I am literally not contractually able to be off of the scoring sheet, so I need to score again. So 4-0, Panthers win at Rogers Place. Edmonton is just absolutely unable to gain any kind of ground in the Pacific race. And by the way, that win tied Joseph, Bobrovsky tied Joseph for 7th place on the all-time wins list, which as we talk later about the other games, he would end up passing to take sole possession of 7th place all time in goalie wins. So yeah, man, shout out the multi-million-dollar man Sergei Bobrovsky. Thank you, Dale Talon.
Our legend who is never even supposed to be the goalie of the future, but ended up fucking into it because of Spencer Knight getting traded.
Yep. Oh man. Do you have any thing to say about that win?
I mean, other than the fact that it's like you said before, we can be committed to the tank as much as we want. It doesn't matter. Run from it, dread it. Dread it, run from it. Destiny all arrives the same for the Edmonton Oilers. They are going to lose the Panthers no matter what.
Indeed. I can't even be mad at the win because I love owning the Oilers. I could be happy at the result of the next game, though, because we were back to our regularly scheduled tank. 4-1 loss at the Saddle Dome against the Calgary Flames. Yeah. There was no hope at all.
On a back-to-back night, we just did not show up at all. A really bad team that doesn't even have their best players in work because Nazem Kadri's gone, and he's now on the. They don't have Huberto. Weir's gone. Everyone's gone on that Calgary team. Doesn't matter. We lost that one. That was an important loss. That was a very important loss. That's a really bad team.
Dude, we've lost
really bad team.
Vancouver and Calgary. That's huge.
And we still somehow beat Edmonton.
Well, because this is all a bit. They do that on purpose. I'm telling you, they did it on purpose. They do a lot of things on purpose, like continually troll the Maple Leafs. You remember when we eliminated them in the playoffs, and instead of just taking a victory lap on their graves, what they did, well, in essence, it kind of was taking a victory lap on their graves by perpetuating the fact that the media in Toronto and the fans you don't deserve to bash your team and everything. You don't deserve to beat these guys up. They're building something here, and you guys should support that. And that drove a lot of Leafs fans genuinely insane. I think a lot of people crashed out in Toronto from that. That was hilarious mind games. But the only goal scorer for the Panthers at the Saddle Dome was AJ Greer, assisted by Nosek and my boy, the Don, Sabrango. We love to see it.
Back in the lineup, Donnie Sabrango is back, baby.
We are so back. Let's go.
Also, Mike Benning has been really good, in my opinion. He's been surprisingly really good. And this is what I was saying before about that, this is the time where we're going to start seeing our younger guys get called up and are going to get chances to play in these kind of big moments for this team. And this is what I was saying before. Mike Benning, one of those players, gets called up, getting some time on that right side, on that third line pairing, and he's looked surprisingly really well. His defense maybe could be a little bit better. He's still young, but at the same time, that offensive forward in himself is kind of showing a little bit, or that offensive defense, excuse me. I mean, you'll see it. I mean, he was already being used on a 4-on-3 in overtime and on the power play. He was already being used in overtime on the power play. That's how much Paul Maurice already trusted him with the puck as a power play quarterback that early on. So, I mean, that just kind of shows you the ability that Mike Benning kind of carries into this game or into this team. and you kind of like gives you a question of like, do you really need to upgrade much more in the off season? After Benning, like he might just be your sixth defense. He might just be your number six guy right there.
Yeah, I mean, you really might not have to upgrade much. I mean, what you can upgrade is the overall health of the club. That would be tremendous. But as far as adding, pieces or trying to upgrade pieces, I think this team, as we have it now, the roster, when fully healthy, can absolutely make another cup run. There's no reason why anyone would assume they can't. Although there are people among the hockey fan base that think the Panthers are just absolutely done. And this is how you know they don't watch the team, because if they've seen the amount of injuries that we have had, we literally have, I mentioned it last podcast, we have no forwards on this roster that have played every game. So, but we'll
We've
allow
had
them to be delusional.
we have had one game played with a fully healthy defense. One game played with a
One.
fully healthy defense. And that was the first game of the season.
Oh man. I think we're going to talk about this season for a long time, because it's just such a WTF season. Like, this is one of those seasons where it's like hitting your funny bone on a desk. Like, ow, what the heck is this? It's dull for a little bit, but then you forget about it. But
It's like hearing the news like, hey, did you hear like what terrible thing just happened to you? And you're sitting there like, no, and you're laughing or whatever. And then you like go ahead and or like someone goes ahead and says, oh man, your arm is cut or whatever. And you're like, oh no. And then you check your arm and it's like a huge gash. And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean Barkov's out for? What do you mean Kachuk's gonna miss half the season? What do you mean Kulikov's gonna miss 5 months? What do you mean our entire fourth line hasn't played a game? Like,
well, the way
this
we
is
keep
like
winning
every
games,
single game.
apparently, tis but a flesh wound.
With the way we're winning games, apparently we have like armor on top of it.
We absolutely do. Speaking of winning games, okay, so we mentioned this before we started recording. Guys, it's 90s night, right? The Wild game is happening as we speak. It's 90s night in the arena, so I'm rocking the retro leaping cat. We have Panthers versus the World as the logo in the corner. Throwing it back a bit, as the Panthers are throwing it back right now. There is a man on Twitter. Cats fans, you probably know him very well. My friend Dylan, at Miami Guy Dylan on Twitter. This man single-handedly is the reason why we keep winning games at home, because every time he goes to the bank, Amerant Bank Arena, we quite literally never lose. He'll post a picture of his view on Twitter, and he'll be like, I'm at the game and everything, and I'll usually be like, yeah, there's no shot we lose with Dylan in the building, and then we don't lose. In fact, the only time we have lost with him in the building was the Winter Classic, and I happened to be there because he was like 2 rows behind me. But yeah, I was like, you know what? Okay, cool. We lost to Calgary. We'll go ahead and lose to Seattle because they're a very good hockey club. And then I open Twitter right before the game starts, and I see he posts a picture of his view in the arena. And I'm like, no, man, please, bro. Half our lineup tonight is Charlotte Checkers, bro. Please. There's no way. And there was a way. The Panthers win 5-4 in the shootout. And get this, here's what makes it even sweeter, Jeremy. The Panthers, because Dylan was in the building, because the Dylan blessing, which is a working trademark at this point, because the Dylan blessing was in the air that night, we won on a not one milestone, but a double milestone night. A double milestone night could not stop the Dylan blessing. Panthers win in a shootout against the dang Kraken. And by the way, the 2 milestones were Bob getting the victory, which put him at number 7 on the all-times win list, sole possession of number 7. And that also happened to be Pomo's 2000th career game as head coach in the NHL. So shout out Paul Maurice. I believe Ekblad had a quote and I'm paraphrasing, but I believe he did say that he is the greatest mind in hockey, in his opinion. So, um, definitely one of the greatest minds in hockey, I'd say. But yeah, Panthers win in the shootout. Can we give a round of applause to Vinny Hinostroza on his penalty? Oh my God, it was so sick. It was so sick. My jaw had fell on the floor and I had to find it and reattach it to my face because it was so filthy, so nasty. Oh my God. Beauty, beauty. Jeremy, your thoughts on a game that we had absolutely no business winning?
This was a game that, due to having to work the next day, I was kind of losing. The Panthers to score.
I was going to mention this after you gave your thing, after you gave your thoughts, but I was going to say Dylan is at this game against the Wild, by the way, and the Panthers just scored. Matthew Tkachuk with a filthy deflection right in front of the goaltender. It is now 2-1 Wild. I'm telling you, if we win tonight, it's because of him. I'm sorry to interrupt, but please continue with your thoughts on the Kraken game.
This is a game that I wasn't able to watch really. I just remember all I know was I was checking the score, hoping that I was like, man, please, I need to lose. It's another big game for us to lose. Seattle's another bad team. And then I check, it was like 4-1 the score with like a few minutes left. I'm like, oh, we're in the driver's seat. We have nothing to worry about. And then I check again, and this is 5-4 shootout. And I said, whoa, what, wait, hold on. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean 5-4? Wait, what? Wait, went to a shootout? It went to overtime. Seattle came back in this game and won it. I was like, I did like a triple dig. I'm like, how did this even happen? What did I miss? And then my second thought was also, we couldn't lose that one. We really couldn't lose that one. Really, we still can't lose games. We gotta lose these games, guys.
Mm, 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 mm. By the way, it was 4-1 Florida at one point. So they were doing their job of trying to lose. And speaking of those goals, I want you to hear who scored in this game for Florida, right? The first goal. Can you guess who scored the first goal?
Who scored the first goal? Nolan Foote.
Yes, sir. Nolan Foote scores the first goal. In the second period. Third period arrives and it just went to absolute chaos. E2, my boy E2, scores to make it 2-0. Carter Verhaeghe, who literally cannot stay off of the score sheet, scores to make it 3-0. Then Riker Evans makes it 3-1. Seattle gets on the board. Noah Gregor, unassisted. They credit him with it, but really it's an own goal, pretty much. It's an own goal. But the fact that he is on this sheet with a goal is hilarious. Noah Gregor scoring is funny. But
you have Noah Gregor, you have Nolan Foote, you got Attila Steiner and Carter Verhaeghe all scoring in the same game. Name a better score sheet.
Yep. Hilarious stuff. Then the Kraken said, all right, enough playtime. Playtime's over. Maddie B, goal, 4-2, Florida. Jordan Eberle, take two action. Jordan Eberle, I am also saying that wrong. We're just going to call him Michael Jordan. Since, he wears 23. His 23rd goal of the season. He scores to make it 4-3, and then Bobby McMahon scores to make it 4-4. And your shootout hero, let's go home, baby, Vinny Hinostroza. You got to roll them R's. You feel me? Absolutely filthy goal. Panthers win again. Insane game. That was one of the games that I actually did watch in its entirety. First game in a while that I was able to catch in its entirety. And I was losing my mind in the third period because I'm like, what the heck is going on here at the bank? My friend, big Kraken fan, my girl Mills, she's texting me because she's at the game. This is her first hockey game she's been to in a while. And she's like, dude, what the heck is happening? I'm like, this is just Panthers hockey. This is Panthers hockey in the year of our Lord 2026. And yeah, what a game. Speaking of what a game, we can go over the games that we have coming up, like the game that is playing right now. It is still 2-1 with 17 minutes to go in the third period. Minnesota leads 2 goals on 30 shots for Minnesota, 1 goal on 15 shots for the Panthers. This is literally the opposite of what happens to us when we play teams in the past few years. Normally that happens to us where we are just either barely winning or somehow losing despite having more shots on goal. But we can go over the other games that we'll be covering on our next episode. Taking a little New York trip, going on the road to take on the Isles on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we are also going to MSG to take on the Rangers at 1 p.m. By the way, Dylan also may be at that game too. So if we win that one against a Rangers team that is also eliminated. Oh my God, Noah Gregor just freaking ran right into the goalie. He lost the edge. Oh my God. Is he okay? He was on the ground for a while. Okay, they're both up. Okay, they're good. They're off the ice. Well, they're standing on the ice. They're not off the ice. But yeah. If we somehow win that game, guys, if you're pro tank, blame at Miami guy Dylan on Twitter. Love you, Dylan. Then to close out the month of March on the 31st, we host Brady Tkachuk and the Ottawa Senators. Future Florida Panther Brady Tkachuk, by the way.
Yes. Speak into existence.
Jeremy, before we get up out of here, I want your prediction on what our record will be in those 3 games.
We're going to go ahead and I think we're gonna lose this game against New York. I think we're gonna lose this game against the Rangers. It's kind of surprising, but I think we're gonna lose this game against the Islanders. Against the Rangers. And I also believe we are going to lose that last one as well. I'm gonna go ahead and you know what? We're gonna stay confident. We're gonna go 0-3.
0-3. Okay. You know, this team is very Florida Panther-y. So I'm going to say we will somehow beat the Islanders. We will lose to the Rangers. And we will somehow beat the Senators. I think we're going to go 2-1 because the hockey gods hate us.
Us beating the Senators would make a lot of sense.
It very much would.
So that would just be a game where like Donovan Sambrano randomly pops off for like a hat trick.
If you speak this into existence, I swear.
No.
If you speak this into existence, oh my God. If I see a Donovan Sambrano hat trick.
If you see a Donovan Sambrano like goal, you can blame me.
And we sure will. We will. Hey, producer Joel, clip this moment. By the way, clip that and post that. If he scores a hat trick against the dang Senators, that's my coast right there. That's him. That's all him.
It would just happen. It just adds up. I don't mean to speak into existence. It just adds up. If we're like 20 if we're like in good positioning, then I don't mind us winning that game in order for Sambrano to go ahead and have a hat trick. I think I would mind it.
That would be funny. That would be very funny. But then again, it would be very on brand for the Panthers to have him score a hattie. And here come the Panthers again. Oh my gosh. They almost scored there. That was Gustav Forsling almost scored there. Good chance, but anywho, Jeremy, do you have anything else you want to go over? I know we had more names on the injury list since we last recorded. I mean, Mikola for sure.
Oh yeah, Mikola's out. Obviously, our final line out on that defensive pairing is now Donovan Sambrano next, right next to Mike Benning. Our fourth line is now our third line. Our entire fourth line has moved up into our third line, in which Tomas Nosek is now our third line center, along with Vinny Hinachos, I want to say, and I don't remember who else was on that line. That's how bad of a line it is.
I forgot to mention before we started
Cole
recording,
Reinhardt.
Evan Rodriguez got hurt in this game, so he's
Yes,
not returning today.
Evan Rodriguez was your second line center. So who wants to go ahead and see a lineup where Tomas Nosek is centering the second line for your favorite team?
Oh man.
Our second line consists of Etulo Sarana, Evan Rodriguez before he got hurt, and Jesper Boqvist. So Jesper Boqvist, who at one point was scratched because he was doing so poorly this year, is now on the second line for the Florida Panthers because of injuries.
By the way, I should point out that this oh man, wow, he hit the post. I should point out that this matchup against the Wild sees the return of two Florida Panthers,
Jeff
Stanley
Petrie.
Cup champion Vladimir Tarasenko and tank commander Jeff Petrie, who I actually kind of wish was still on the team right now because.
By the way, congrats to Vladimir Tarasenko on having a resurgent year. This is great to see from him, and I wish him the best in the playoffs because for what Vladimir Tarasenko wasn't here for a long time. He was here for a good time, and it's exactly what he gave us. So I thank him a lot for everything.
Same here,
and
man.
I wish I could say the same thing for Jeff Petrie, but respectfully, I hope he absolutely does absolutely nothing.
Well, I mean, since the trade, he's like -9, so I don't think he's doing anything at all.
I hope he plays an average game for the Minnesota Wild, and I hope they win the Stanley Cup with him being out.
I'm sorry, man. I know he's a human, but every time I hear Jeff Petrie's name, I think of that one picture of Kendrick Perkins holding the Eastern Conference Championship trophy with the Cavs.
Whenever I hear Jeff Petrie's name, it's like that meme where it says like, "Oh man, poor Jeremy passed away." Jeremy's probably up there in heaven somewhere, and it's me fighting the battle. And says, "Where is Jeff Petrie? Give me Jeff Petrie!"
No. Oh man, I think of the "what does he even do" meme with Mr. DJ Khaled.
What does he even do?
By the way,
nothing.
Totally off topic, but if I make no mistake, I think DJ Khaled is doing like a halftime show or something in the UFL for the Orlando Storm.
Oh my god!
I know my team, the Birmingham Stallions. We have Gucci Mane doing a halftime show at our home opener, so I'm pretty.
That might be worse.
Hey man, I'm pretty hyped to go to it. Although he may or may not be a clone of Gucci Mane, who knows? But as long as the clone can rap and entertain me, then I'm good.
Hey, good luck to both of them. Go ahead and get your bags.
Oh man, but hey Jeremy, if you have anything else you want to say before we head on out of here, the floor is yours.
Yeah, absolutely. I do want to go ahead and quickly go ahead and talk about Jesse Pierce. And go ahead and thoughts and family go out to everyone, her family that was affected. What a tragedy that was, and we are unfortunately hosting them right now, the Minnesota Wild. So it was really nice to go ahead and see Flowers being left out, where she would usually be sitting inside of Merritt Bank Arena, where she would be for this game right now, where she should be right now, if things didn't go so south in her home. And so it's an absolute a devastating loss for the hockey community, devastating loss for the NHL. And I sincerely send my condolences and thoughtful wishes out to the Minnesota Wild, the organization, and most importantly, her family. And I hope that they are able to get past this and get back on track, because that was horrible news to hear, especially on hockey Twitter and especially just in the hockey community in general, because the hockey community is a family, and you never want to see a family go through something like that. So it hurt to hear, and it hurt to see, but the entire hockey world has their backs, and yeah.
Absolutely. In times of tragedy and in loss, the hockey community unites and rallies around people like no other community in sports. And it is such a devastating tragedy for that to happen. And I am, like you said, like you couldn't have said it, any clearer. I too send my thoughts and prayers and condolences to the family and to everyone that has ever met her and has interacted with her, worked with her. The entire staff and organization over there for the Minnesota Wild is a very kind gesture that the Panthers did, leaving her a space on Media Row with the bouquet of flowers. And that was a very nice touch and very classy on the Panthers end. And I do know that the hockey community is resilient, and through their resilience and strength and their willingness to rally around the family, I know that they will not only be able to get through this, but they will have the support that they need. And, it's just very sad to see what has happened. But my prayers definitely go out to the family. And, yeah, it's been a lot of tragedy this year, but we will overcome it. They'll overcome it, and we will get through this, and they will get through this the only way that you can, and it's together. So outside of that, I don't really have anything else much to say except let's go get McKenna, because I have done 3 mock draft lotteries and they have all hit on him. So at this point, it's just destiny, right?
Hey, I said before we're getting McKenna when I was in lottery land. I don't know if that was I don't know if that was the delusion that was currently getting to me, if that was all the random things I was seeing when I was in lottery land, because time works backwards there or whatever it is. But I don't know where I'm at even right now. But hopefully I'm back in. Hopefully we're continuing going in lottery land, and hopefully in a few months we are seeing praises from Gavin McKenna being on our first line.
Oh man, that would be amazing. Or we could just get the number 1 overall pick and then flip it for someone like Brady Kachuk or something.
We could flip it for like the next like the best goaltender.
That would be ideal. But you never know what the Z-Man will do, man. You never know what Bill Zito will do. But that's for us to find out and for him to get cooking, ain't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Absolutely. But yeah, that's gonna do it for us over at Panthers versus the World tonight. Throwback night. For producer Joel, my great co-host Jeremy, and everyone at Heat vs. the World Podcast Network, it's your boy Justin. Give us a follow. You see our handles on our lower thirds. Support the channel, like, comment, subscribe. Tell us what you think of the season so far, what you think of the future of the franchise. And till next time, go Cats. I don't know where my rat is. Maybe it's in lottery land. Oh, wait, never mind. I found his brother. Throw rats! Well, I threw my phone too, so there's that. Sounds like the season.